I taught in universities for 12 years. I did a PhD. I've written academic papers. My wife describes me as an academic. I love academics. I hang out with them. Some of my best friends, are academics. But what I'm against is having that held up as the high watermark of all forms of human achievement. The problem is that it's become a template against which we judge everybody's abilities as they go through elementary and high school. That's why I was saying, if you were to look at the purpose of education, public education, it would be to produce university professors. Well, some people don't want to do that. They're not interested in that. And there are historical reasons why it's that way. What I'm for, rather than what I'm against, what I'm for is celebrating the diversity of talent and ability and giving everyone an equal chance to find out who they really are. And a lot of people who are judged against this particular measure either uninterested or find it doesn't speak to who they really want to be. We use the term the element in daily conversation. We'll say of somebody they're in their element. And what we normally mean by that is they're clearly having a great time. They're enjoying it, they're immersed in it, this is what they are made to do. And the book starts from that premise, really. We came to the title later on, but it starts from the premise that people do their best when they do what they love. And if you are immersed and enjoying what you do, you're much more likely to have a life that adds up to something and to have a life that has purpose and meaning. So the element, as I came to think about it and talk to people, has several strands to it. To be in your element means at least this. It means firstly that you're doing something that you have a natural feel for. You get it. And for some people that's mathematics or chemistry or track and field or playing the guitar or working with people or launching magazines. It's like you get it. You know what this is. But it's not enough, in my view, to be good at something in order to be in your element. You also have to love it. And if you love the thing you're good at, that's really, I think, where you start to enjoy your life in a different way completely. That's what I mean by the element. It's where talent and passion come together. What I find is that when people do the thing they love to do, and they have a feel for it, is that time takes on a different character. If you can be doing something for an hour, and it'll feel like 5 minutes. People look up and say, I can't believe that was an hour. What happened? But if you're doing something that you don't enjoy, 5 minutes can feel like an hour. And it's a good sign, that, to me, because in the end it's all about energy. And things either give you energy or take it from you, in my experience. And I know people, for example, who love to write, and at the end of the day they're energized. They may be physically tired, but they're spiritually energized by it. Other people who don't write and have to write they wake up in dread at the idea of having to spend a day at the word processor. And they not only feel physically exhausted, but spiritually drained by the whole process. So knowing what spurs your energy is a big indicator that you're doing the right thing. The Enlightened view, as it evolved, was that we should break away from superstition, in blind belief, and that the only way we could understand the truth of things was to apply our remorseless intellect, to apply logic and reason, logic of a certain sort, and reason and evidence. So you had these two great movements which ran through the Enlightenment of rationalism and empiricism, which gave rise, among other things, to practical science, the scientific revolution, and to the Industrial Revolution. But these events of the past 300 to 400 years have shaped the modern worldview. And we take this for granted now almost as much as people in the Middle Ages took the heliocentric view of the world. And I think that this is such an extraordinary dominating force in our lives that most people don't understand the grip it has on us. It's why our schools are dominated by academicism. It's why we have this dominant view of intelligence as being something you can give a number to after a 25-minute test in IQ. And it seems to me the most reductionist conception of humanity that we could be dwelling in. And a lot of my work is really, I suppose, railing against it and saying, look, let's get this thing in its place. To be a human being does mean that we have these capacities for logic, for reason of a sort. But composing music involves as much rationality as putting forward a theorem. To write a poem is as exacting as to write an academic paper, if not more so. But it's for these historical reasons that this particular paradigm has come to dominate us, and I think we may be coming through it, and I'd like to feel that I have some modest role in my corner of moving people along.